This is my off-grid chicken coop, and today we're talking about how I'm going to power it. Now, I don't live off-grid, but my chickens do. I don't have power out here, so to get around not having power, I made power here. I got a 400-watt solar panel up here, and it is powering a new battery bank. This is the UDPower S1200. Well, currently, I don't have a whole lot running off of this battery, but I have a 100-watt heat lamp inside of the coop to keep the chickens warm at night. They're still babies. They're only about 5 weeks old, so they need heat for another about 3 weeks, and then they'll be fine to go about their business without heat. But since it's pretty much free electricity, I'm going to keep running it for them just in case they want it. It does get cold at night up here, so it might be nice for them. The reason why I went with the UDPower S1200 to power the chicken coop is because it's a small battery, but it will accept 400 watts of solar power. On a nice sunny day, it will charge this battery in a couple hours. Unfortunately, it's been a very wet season, cloudy almost every day. So most of the time I have to bring this inside and charge it, and then I bring it back out, plug in their heat lamp for the nighttime. It will run the heat lamp the perfect amount of time. The chickens are in the coop from 8 o'clock until 6 a.m. And this battery will power that light the whole time with just under 10% of battery left when it turns off. So it's almost a perfect size battery to run a 100-watt heat lamp all night. It is a 1,191 watt-hour capacity battery, and it has all sorts of plugs on the front of it. What I use the most are the AC outlets. There's 5 of them. I also use one of these cheap outlet timers for the heat lamp, and what's cool is it sits flush on the front of it. There's no indents, there's no covers on the outlets, so it sits on there very nicely. That's the little timer going around. So along with the AC powered outlets, there's a 12-volt cigarette lighter outlet right here. We have 2 USB-Cs, 1 USB-C-A on the top, and then 3 more on the bottom. It also has a solar DC in on the front. I used the solar in plug on the back here. But it also comes with an AC wall outlet plug, which will charge this at, I think it's 800 watts? Yeah, 800 watt max you can charge with this, with the AC outlet. So it charges it in just under 2 hours, I believe. It has optimized and fast charging features. It also has eco mode and normal. Up here on the top, it has a wireless charging system. Not only does this power the lights for my chicken coop, I also used it to build the chicken coop. Once I got the metal on the roof, I had to go inside and grind all the screws off so that they weren't poking me in the head or the chickens. Starting at 72% battery. Once I was done grinding the screws on the inside, I started grinding the metal off the roof. 5 sheets of metal. It's 10 sheets of metal so far. I was pretty surprised at how well it worked to cut all the metal. I think I cut 10 pieces of metal, and it only used like 7% of the battery. It was pretty darn cool. 7 to 10%, I can't remember. I've also taken this battery camping. I used it to power my LED lights all the way around my campsite, and it worked great for that. It also kept our devices charged. Now, before I moved the chickens into their permanent coop, I had them up in a tent in the front yard. A couple weeks into that, we ended up losing power. They were still pretty darn little at that point, so they really needed the heat. So again, I brought this battery out, I hooked their heat lamps. At that time, it was 2 100-watt heat lamps, and this battery would only run them for about 4 hours if I remember right. Excuse me. But it did great. The power was only out for 3 hours, so it was just enough battery to keep those chickens warm so they didn't get cold. I think in the future, depending on how long the batteries last for this automated chicken door, I may end up hooking this because it has an AC outlet plug. I may end up hooking this up to the battery bank as well. I'm also thinking about moving the solar panels off the roof and maybe over into the yard with a longer cord to maximize the amount of sun I get in the afternoon. Because right now in the summertime, in the morning, a lot of the sun is blocked by these trees. But then in the afternoon, when the sun is over this way, it's shining down on them pretty darn well. And it will charge this battery in a few hours, like 2 to 3, I think. I'm usually at work, but when I come home, it's charged if it's a sunny day. If not, I have to bring it inside and charge it from the wall outlet before the chickens go to bed. I end up making this little battery box for it to keep it dry and out of the elements. Right now, I just turned the light on inside so we can go check it out. What does that say? It's only getting about 20 watts of solar. And it's using 86 watts for the light. So let's go inside and check that out. It's just one little heat lamp into their chicken box to keep them warm. Let me know if you guys want to see a video on my chicken coop that I made for free. Battery bank for off-grid chicken coop, I think is a great idea. It is a cheap and easy way to get power to your chicken coop. You add some solar panels to the situation. It's a self-sustained off-grid chicken coop. Pretty darn cool. Got to open this back up. Right now I have it set to time and time. It will close after the chickens go in. Automated chicken door is freaking awesome. If you guys are interested in this battery from UDPower, it's the S1200. I'll leave a link down in the description below. I gotta say, it's working out pretty well. For a battery this size to accept a 400 watt solar panel, I think that's awesome. My other batteries this big will only accept 100 to 200 watt solar panels. So the fact that this one accepts twice that is pretty cool. Thanks for joining me on this off-grid chicken coop adventure. See you on the next one.